What is up? This is your LA in a Minute. With baseball season right around the corner, here's a very special collaboration with Above Los Angeles, who provided some incredible footage of Dodger Stadium on its 60th anniversary. Let's get into the history. Dodger Stadium is often referred to as Blue Heaven on Earth, a nickname coined by Tommy Lasorda, and as you can tell, it's very fitting. In the 1950s, Brooklyn Dodgers owner Walter O'Malley tried to build a domed stadium in the New York City borough, but was unable to reach an agreement with city officials. In a classic backroom deal, O'Malley, pictured here, was able to convince city officials of LA to seize the Chavez Ravine land by eminent domain in exchange for moving the team out west. In June of 1958, LA voters approved a taxpayers committee for Yes on Baseball, and the Dodgers were able to acquire the 352 acres of the ravine from the city, and they began the sad and tragic process of forcefully removing homeowners, mostly Hispanics. I highly recommend Stealing Home by Eric Nussbaum for the rest of the details on that tragedy. While Dodger Stadium was being built, the Dodgers played their games at the LA Memorial Coliseum, sometimes in front of 90,000 people. Using 100% private financing, the Dodgers began construction by removing the tops of local ridges. They leveled out what would be the playing field and the parking lot, and instead of demolishing a local elementary school, they simply buried it. That elementary school, Palo Verde, now sits under the parking lot northwest of third base. A total of 8 million cubic yards were moved to build the stadium, and special cranes were created just to build the stadium's framework. After the then unheard of sum of $23 million were spent, on April 10th, 1962, the stadium finally opened in front of a raucous and appreciative crowd. It is now the third oldest baseball stadium in the United States. The stadium was also home to the LA Angels from 1962 to 1965, who just called it the field at Chavez Ravine. Fully embracing LA car culture, the stadium was built at the convergence of several freeways. Two of the most distinctive features of Dodger Stadium are the wavy pavilion rooftops and the 10-story elevator shaft right behind home plate bearing the Dodgers logo. It's also designed to be earthquake resistant and has withstood several California earthquakes. The stadium's seating capacity is technically 56,000, though they've drawn more than 58,000 for playoffs and World Series games. In 2020, there was a $100 million renovation, which included a 2-acre center field plaza and all access across the entire stadium. Just a baseball stadium? Not exactly. The Dodgers have hosted a game for the Harlem Globetrotters, several boxing matches, the 1984 Olympic baseball games, many concerts, including Michael Jackson in 1984, my first, a mass by Pope John Paul II in 1987, the 2013 International Champions Cup featuring Real Madrid, and a regular season hockey game between the Kings and Ducks. Opening day at the stadium is April 14th. They'll also host an All-Star game and hopefully a World Series. Thank you again, Above Los Angeles. All right, LA.